Hello, this is Manesh Patel. Today is June 13th, 2010. This is our weekly analysis of the currency markets. Before we proceed forward, we're going to go for the normal disclaimer. This presentation, the video, is for educational purpose only. We're not basically making any recommendations of buy or sell at all. All the charts are either in Thinkorswim or TradeStation. Okay, here are my contact details. If you have any questions in regards to the presentation, the video, you're more than welcome to post your questions on the discussion forum. If you go to eiicapital.com, you could see information where all the discussion boards are, wikis, blogs, and so forth. Also, there you do have ability to download a free 2-hour video on Ichimoku if you don't know what Ichimoku is already. Okay, so we're going to jump straight in. We're going to do something unusual. Before we start looking at charts, we're actually going to go to the EII Capital website, and we're going to go to the bottom. We're going to look at this dashboard that we've created, Ichimoku Dashboard. The key here is to look at the ratings. Okay, what we're looking for is if you have a rating for a bullish scenario, you're looking for a rating of 5 and above. So 5, 6, 7, 8, where 8 is the top side, which indicates the most bullish scenario. And then for the bearish side, you're looking for -5, -6, -7, -8, and where -8 is the most bearish of everything. What we're looking for is, if you notice, we show you the daily 240 and 120. We're looking for 3 time frame confirmation. So what we're doing is we're looking for ratings. So if you look at the daily here, it's -8. This is telling you it's bearish. Then you have these, which are 7 and 3. These are bullish. So there's conflict among time frames. So that's really telling us there's no trend trade there at all. So we're going to go for this, and you could see there's nothing for the Euro USD. Pound USD, there's conflict among the time frames. Over here, US CAD, you could see that both the 120 and 240 are in conflict. However, daily 0%. So the 120, 240 may be influencing the daily. So that's a possible trade you could start looking at where they're going to start influencing the daily. Okay. Australian USD, there's conflict there. US SWITSI, there's conflict. Over here, there's conflict on the US yen. Basically, where there's conflict, they're telling you that these pairs are consolidating on the higher time frames. That means lower time frames, you're just going to be swing trading and going back and forth. Over here, CAD yen, you're basically consolidating too. Australian SWITSI, conflict there too. Euro SWITSI, there's conflict there. And if you keep on going, you'll see there's conflict almost all over, except there is one pair, which is CAD SWITSI, which looks like basically it's in a bullish scenario for all time frames. So really, CAD SWITSI seems like it is the trade to look at. So let's go look at that trade. I'm going to punch in CAD SWITSI on the Thinkorswim charts. And we're going to look at both the daily and the weekly. If you look at this is the weekly to your left, this is daily to your right. Okay. If you look, they are both bullish. Okay. Even the weekly, and if you notice, the weekly now seems to be right at this top of this Ichimoku shadow. Okay. What we're going to do is, since we're going to change this time frame here to 120, a lot of people love looking at the 120 chart, so we're going to look at the 120. Okay. And you could see that this guy right now has been consolidating on a 120, but it looks like it's about to break out. Okay, all the signs are looking for this guy to break out. So if you're a trend trader, I would probably look at the CAD SWITSI for a possible bullish type of scenario. However, look at this. This has been going on for a long time, and if you look at it, this thing is in due for a pullback. It's never had a major pullback. It's got a little fluke day here, which is that major day that we had where it went all the way down, but notice where it came back up. It closed right back up where it was before in this little consolidation pattern here. Okay, so that really is not a major pullback at all. This guy has yet to see a major pullback at all. So I would be very cautious on going bullish. If you do, keep your stops very tight on this guy. Okay, but if you notice, it's kind of right at the top. This could be a double top of signifying that it's now going to start doing a major pullback. A lot of people on the fundamental side probably don't believe it, because a lot of people on the fundamentals are very bullish as far as Canada is concerned. Okay, so let's go look at our currency pairs and normal currency pairs. Let's go look at the Euro USD, what's going on. And if you look at the Euro USD, look at the daily chart. Basically, it's telling you we're in a bearish trend. However, we did sit there and close right above the Tinkinson on a daily time frame. That means now there is no sentiment right now. We are bearish, but we're not looking for a trade right now. Reason why is we did close above the Tinkinson, so we're in the zone of a consolidation zone between the Tinkinson and the Cajunson. You don't know if this pullback that's going to occur this week is going to be now a minor pullback as it has been going down, or a major pullback's now going to be on the way, or it could be a trend reversal. I doubt if it's going to be a trend reversal, but we are going to be expecting a major pullback sooner or later in the Euro USD, because it can't keep on going down without some upside movement. Sooner or later, these short sellers are going to get caught somewhere or another. If you look at the 120 time frame, this guy's just been poking its head out of the cloud, and if you notice, it really didn't have any momentum going up. Reason why is the Chicago was in the cloud. However, the next push up, it breaks this barrier right here, and it's kind of like an entry rate, maybe around 1.2160. If it breaks that entry, this now has a possibility going higher on the 120 time frame. Okay, and if you look at the weekly time frame, let's go look at the weekly. See what the euro's at in a weekly time frame. Euro, if you can notice, it's at its major supports dating all the way back to 2005. And if you notice, it's far away from the Tinkinson and Cajunson. However, the trend is still down, so you don't know if there's any push still more going down. So weekly is not telling you anything except it is very majorly bearish. Okay, let's go look at US yen. That's another pair a lot of people like to look at. If you look at US yen, the weekly is now in the cloud. That means we're going to have major consolidation patterns going on. And if you look at the daily, you could see it's major chop. Okay, but if you notice, the consolidation now is kind of coming in and in. So something's going to happen sooner or later. It's going to break. My guess is that if you look at the Kumo future, it's starting to turn positive, and this guy is coming very close to coming out of the cloud. So this looks like long term, this is going to start going into a bullish scenario very soon. So you got to keep a lookout for this guy, because you can't sit there and make a whole bunch of pips off this guy if he starts breaking out of the cloud on the weekly time frame and starts moving. If you look on a daily, he's basically tomorrow he is going to break out a bullish on the cloud. This big huge ump right here caused by this big down movement is pretty much gone. So finally, that day that happened, all that is now starting to be cleaned out, and you now have a possibility of a bullish trade again on the US yen. If you have any questions, you're more than welcome to contact us. You could post your questions on the discussion forum. And you could go to, if you don't know where it's at, you could go to EII Capital, and that where you could see where all the discussion boards and so forth are. Thank you and have a good week.